in this part, I want to give you clearly the main difference between these two commonly used HTTP methods to send data, from client to server. All right, So to understand this part, you need to know the HTTP request object structure. So I talked about that in one of the previous videos. So you can find it. Because all the properties for these two methods are based on that structure. Okay, all right. So here to let you know, recall, you need to know the structure of the HTTP request object. Okay, So more specifically, there are three components. Okay, The first is the request line. Second, the header part, and the body part. Okay, so, and, all right, between the header and the body, a blank line is used to separate them. All right, so let's recall. All right, so based on that, now let's do comparisons. Okay, I hope I have enough space to do comparisons between these two methods. Here, this one we call the get method. This part we list post method, the properties, main properties, so we can compare it. All right. The first part, the data is stored in the request line. So the first component, request line. Okay, so here the data is stored in the request body. All right, so this structure property determines the following other properties, because based on that, so you can see, all right, because the request line, we know mainly the URL portion. Okay, the request line contains a few pieces of information, but mainly the data is in this URL portion. Okay, all right, so first because it's in the URL, the data you send it in URL, so it appears in the URL bar of the web browser. Okay, yeah. Here in the body, it's not in the URL bar, so the data is invisible. Okay, you cannot see it. Yeah, so that you can send the sensitive data in this way. All right, yeah. The gateway, because it's appear in the web browser URL bar, so no sensitive data can be, because not secure. Okay, no sensitive data can be sent using gateway. So password, social security number, credit card number. So when you need to send those pieces of sensitive information, you should use the post way. Okay, the post way, not gateway. All right, so another property, because it is in that URL portion in the request line, there is a limit. So here, let me just a limit for the data. You cannot send too much data. All right, yeah. So approximately 4 KB, kilobytes. Okay, yeah. Here, because you send data in the request body, no limit for the data to be sent. So if you want to send large amount of data from client to server, you should use the post method, not get method. Okay, yeah. So you can see, and another property, yeah, because remember the data I showed you last time, table number, row number, column number, those parameters, we use some special way, right? After question mark, so Tn equals some number, ampersand, Rn equals some number, ampersand, that way, all right? So we call the query parameters appears as part of the URL that is displayed in the URL bar. So for that property, so you can get the result. So the result is, so you can bookmark. So bookmark, right? Bookmark a URL, yeah, containing the query parameters. All right, yeah. Yeah, because sometimes, so think about this situation. When you visit some websites, yeah, for example, if it's a book website, yeah, list many textbooks, reference books. So many times you need to, navigate in their website to find specific books, chapters, sections, pages, right? You need to, use many parameters to find the right page you want to view. Yeah. If you find something you really like to keep for a while, okay, so you bookmark it. Yeah. So when you bookmark that page, remember, if we use the get method, so we can put the, book ID. Yeah. Usually each book should have some ID. For example, ISSN number, yeah, book ID, and chapter number, section number, page number, and so on. Okay, yeah, so that information could appear in the query parameters of the URL part. So when you bookmark it, later when you need to retrieve that same page, you can visit from your bookmark easily. All right, yeah. But the same thing, you cannot do it through post method. Yeah, because the post method, you cannot bookmark the page. Okay. Yeah, because the data is hidden. If you bookmark, you cannot recover the same content of the page. Okay, so you cannot bookmark the page because you will get different content. Yeah. If you do it, next time when you retrieve the page from your bookmark, you will get something different. All right, yeah, because it cannot recover the same page. Yeah, so that's the difference. Yeah, so here you can see I pretty much give you all the main differences. Okay, yeah, yeah. So probably still a few more smaller properties. Yeah, but the main differences, yeah, already listed here. So based on these differences, you can determine which method you should use. Okay, all right, yeah. All right, so that's this page. Then another page, send data use post method. Yeah. Then for this example, so example 2.4, I want to show you send data using the post method. Okay, the next one, 2.5, example 2.5, I will show you send data using the get method. Okay, all right. Yeah, because first we know the post method, it is a non-default method, HTTP method, non-default. Non-default means you need to specify it. Okay. Specify it clearly before you use it. Okay. Specify it. All right. So here the question, how to specify? Yeah. In this example, actually last time I mentioned that HTML form way. Yeah. So in the current example, I will show you. So use the an HTML form to send the post data, post parameters. Okay, all right. Yeah, because there are other methods. Later, at some time, I try to find some chance to show you we can also use the jQuery functions to send get, post data. Okay, yeah, all right, yeah. So here, in this example, I called, I create a PHP file. I call it 2d4.php. Okay, yeah. In this one, do you remember, basically, do you remember the example ex2d3.php? Because basically I just rewrite it. Yeah. So why I rewrite it? Because this example, you saw it before, there is no user-friendly interface. Right? Yeah. Because remember, I send, after this file, question mark tn equals 3, for example, rn equals 2, for example, cn equals 4. Okay, I send it in this way. I type it in the URL bar, right? Yeah. But think about, for the general users, how many people like to send the data in this way? Almost none, right? Almost none. Nobody wants to type the data in this way. So actually this way, although this way, that's the, real direct way to send the data, but this way, typically it is for programmers, not for users. For programmers, and if you want to do testing, yeah, so usually when you do testing, then it's, pretty fast. You just, type some parameter name values in this way, you see the result immediately, all right? Yeah, but for the general users, you need to provide them some user-friendly, convenient way to send input data. Yeah. So you have to use some interface, GUI interface. Okay, graphical user interface. You have to use some GUI components. Yeah. Then I rewrite this example, but the PHP code, I pretty much keep the same PHP code, but I add HTML, a very simple GUI interface to collect data from the users. Then the user can click the button to send it and see the result. All right? Yeah. So the user interface, I just use a table. Okay? Yeah. Yeah. Table. All right? Yeah. So then the bar, the information, the bar to tell what we are going to do. Then I list, what do we need? Yeah. Select. Yeah. So the first row, select the table. Okay. Yeah. So here, input field, So you can add a table number, for example, okay? Second, select row. Then we put a field, a row number, select column for like this, okay? Yeah. So then we should have a submit button, or submit button, okay? Yeah, here I put a go, okay? You click it, you submit it, all right? After it's submitted, the data retrieved displayed below, okay? Data retrieved, displayed here. Yep, just, some space here. That's the simple interface you will see in this example, okay? All right, yeah, before I show you the example, I will provide you the code. So you download, you can, study and test it, yeah, and learn, yeah. Before I go there, one thing I want to point it out before we go to the code. So what's that? Yeah, because this data, when I want to use the post method to send it, I need to include, all my data portions inside that HTML form tag, form element, okay, HTML form element. So the table is here, the table portion between as the content of this tag, and then the action part. So here, okay, here, no action. Last time I said there is action attribute, but this one, no action attribute. Yeah, I skipped the action attribute here. Yeah. What's the meaning? Yeah, I will let you know. Yeah, let me complete this, other attributes. The attributes, we need to specify method attribute, right? Yeah. Method attribute, that's post. Okay, all right, yeah. That's all we need, all right? So then, the, table GUI, right? With data. All right, yeah. Here, let me explain why we skip. Why skip the action attribute? Yeah. Because when we skip, we take default, take the default action. We take the default action. So what's the default action? Okay, the default action is send the data to the current file. Current file. What's the current file? Yeah. What is the file name of our current file? This one, right? ex2d4.php. Yeah. So when you submit it, you submit all your data to this current file, okay? ex2d4.php. Yeah. So then the current file, the current file, we use it to extract data from the HTTP request object. Yeah, so, all right, yeah, so, the way extract, yeah, I'll show you. Yeah, last time I show you part of it. Yeah, last time I showed you we extract data from get part. Yeah, get part. Yeah. This time we will show from the post part. Yeah. we just change from get to post. Yeah. The same way. Yeah. You will see easily. Yeah. So after we retrieve the data, then we manipulate. So we use just the same code we used the last time and do the remaining things, but we organize using this table to organize the display. Yeah. Yeah. User-friendly GUI. Yeah. In our previous example, we don't have user-friendly GUI. Yeah. So this one, we improve it. So you can see some very simple but relatively user-friendly interface. All right. All right. So now let's move to the NetBeans. So I run the example, then I explain the code quickly. Yeah. The code, if we just based on our code from 2D3 example, then the added part very small, okay, very easy to understand. Yeah. All right, yeah, let me move to NetBeans. Yeah. All right, yeah. So NetBeans here, the file already here. Yeah. Let me just run it. Yeah. Then I will explain the code a little bit. Only the difference part, right? I do not need to go line by line. Yeah. And most of the lines we already learned last time. Yeah. All right. Yeah. So let's run this ex2d4.php directly. I already start my two servers, Apache and MySQL. Yeah, so you see, this is the interface. The interface, remember before we provide users input, we all use 0 numbers, right? The 0 table, that's student, okay? Retrieve data in the table. The first line, select table, the number should be in the range 0-4, and the first one, the default 0, that's the first table called student. Select the first row, select column, the data retrieved here. All right, now we can change. Yeah. Here, let's change to 4. Yeah, 4, that's the last table, right? So the column, we can use, let's say 5, all right? Yeah. So row number 5, column number 4, how about that? Yeah. We may or may not have that, don't worry, because in our code, we convert to, for each number, we convert to make it in the valid range. So you don't worry. Click go. See? All right. So select table prerequisite. All right. Yeah. So we put a 4 there. So the table name prerequisite. All right. Select a row number 2. Yeah, whatever. Yeah, because remember the change, because that could be out of the range, right? Think about. Yeah, we may put out of range, so we put a 5 there, right? 5 out of range, but only there were 2 rows. So we have to take the maximum row number, that's 2. And also, yeah, the column number, too large, we have to use the maximum column number, and so on. Then data retrieved, this one, okay? Yeah, so you can play around. If you enter some different numbers, you will see different result. Here you can see with this added GUI interface for our users, it's much easier for our users to work on this web application, right? Yeah. All right. Yeah. Oh, before I let you go, I need to show you the code, quickly show the difference part. First, data retrieval part, remember our previous way we used get under input underscore the constant, constant input underscore get. Here we change to post. So then we retrieve the data from the request body. Otherwise, you would try to retrieve the data from request line, but it could be empty. It could be empty. So here we retrieve the data from the right place, request body. All right. So then, same code as before. So then the GUI part, remember the form. I add HTML form. Okay. No action attribute. The method is post. Inside it, I use a table. Okay. Table. And I display, so look at inside the parenthesis. I want to display the current selected table name in this way. Okay. The PHP tag print or echo, remember, you can also use the echo command if you like. Dollar table underscore name. The row number, if you want to display, here I display print $RN and so on. Okay, I just display data retrieved. So I find the data expression here, so I display here. All right. Then I also need a submit button, right? Input type submit. Value is go. So you click the go button, you submit. You send this form. Where do you send this form? Because there is no action attribute. So we send a form to the same file, ex2.4.php. So the same file would, do all these things, connecting database, all these lines, execute all these lines we need to, get and process the data. All right. I hope so you understand this example easily. Then the next one I will do the last one for, before I show you our real project 2 part. Because here I try to get you well prepared. So the last one is still this one, but remember here I use the get method, a post method here, right? The next one I just change to get method. Get data. Send data using the get method, but with GUI components, with the same GUI components. To show you. Then we will finish our part 2. Starting from part 3, that will be our project 2 features. All right, so that's it.